Welcome to the first video in a series where I review movies. It doesn't really have a title, it's just me reviewing stuff. Now, I used to do a lot of movie reviews, but I just stopped doing that because I wanted to focus more on gaming content, and now I kind of want to go back and, have a bit more variety on my channel. That's what we're doing today. And you read the title, you know what you're getting yourself into. Sinners. If you don't know what Sinners is, it's basically kind of a vampire movie, but also it's a lot of other things. First off, before I get to the story and the meat and potatoes and all that stuff, you should watch this movie. It's not just me saying this, but a lot of people have been saying this for years about Hollywood. They run out of ideas pretty frequently, alright? There are periods of time in movie history where all they do is just make rehashes of old movies. They did that when they started to get better technology back in like the 50s and started remaking old movies that were probably like silent films or just films that were too big for the budget at the time or whatever, like too big for the technology at the time. And now, I shouldn't say now, but like a little while ago, I should say, we got to a point where we were just rehashing a lot of movies, and we still are kind of doing that, but I feel like this year, and maybe last year, and maybe in 2019, we are getting some new movies. We are getting some fresh ideas, and Sinners is that, alright? Sinners is a movie directed by Ryan Coogler, who directed Black Panther, and, what's the other one? Creed. I like both of those movies. This is his first, I believe, full original movie. And I think he did another one that also has Michael B. Jordan in it, and this movie also has Michael B. Jordan in it, but we'll get to there in a minute. His first movie was kind of based on a true story, so it wasn't really entirely an original idea. But yeah, this is his first original movie, and it is amazing. Now let's get to what the story is about. The story is about these two twins, both played by Michael B. Jordan. They're basically renting a place to start a new life and open up like a jukebox bar. There's a lot of elements of music, and it involves vampires. That's all I can really give you right now, because I need you to see this movie. Now, where I live, my local movie theater, it's like 15 minutes away, isn't really showing it, so I had to go see it at a different theater that's a little further away. But yeah, it is worth at least an hour trip to go see this movie, because it is amazing. I can't really tell you a lot more about it. I don't want to seem like I'm glazing this movie, so I'll get to I'll explain vaguely what the problems I have with this movie is. First of all, I think the ending is a little messy, I guess. And when I mean messy, I don't mean like it's like all over the place or whatever. It's just, I feel like there's certain parts of it that needed to be, I guess, more explored on. I don't know, maybe I should watch it again, but for my first watching, I feel like they needed to explore a little bit more about this character and maybe have a certain thing that they do towards the end, but I don't want to get into spoilers. This movie also does have like a lot of music elements, and I feel like they should have incorporated that a little bit more, but I mean, it's there, but I don't think they use it to the fullest of their abilities. But for what they do, though, it's really good. And there's a certain scene in this movie that I think you just need to watch. If you know, you know. If you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. Everyone's talking about it. But I don't want to say anything about it because you just gotta watch it for yourself. But yeah, that was probably one of the best scenes in the movie. I think it's honestly one of those people are gonna look back at that and be like, that was iconic. Like that was I don't know if I'd say shining iconic, but it is I feel like it's up there. I can't believe Michael B. Jordan plays two characters. I forgot that he was one person. He plays two characters so good. I thought these two people... Why am I doing this? I thought these two people were, different people. I mean, it isn't the first time you've seen this. Other movies have done this, but I feel like no other movie that I've seen, at least, has done this quite better than this one. So yeah, go watch this movie. It's great. I do have, again, a couple problems. I feel like they don't put as much on the music at the end. Other than that, they do still do a lot with music. But oh yeah, there's also a end credit scene that I thought, when I first watched it, I was like, this is way too long. They could have just put this at the end. Why did they make this a credit scene? But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, it kind of makes sense because this whole movie is supposed to take place in like a single day. I guess that makes sense, but like I kind of wish it was like just the end of the movie and not just a credit scene. And there's apparently another one, but I didn't see it. The vampires the vampires in this movie, I know it seems like I'm just all over the place with this review, but that's because I don't got a script. With the vampires in this movie, they do like a really unique thing. Like they focus a lot on the folklore, like old vampire folklore of them. They gotta knock and be invited, all sorts of other stuff like garlic and getting stabbed by stakes. I think they do a certain thing in this movie that you could look at in multiple ways. And they also focus on like the inviting aspect. That seems like a very boring thing to like focus on, but they do a really good job with that, and it's a lot more threatening than you think. Go watch this movie. Yeah, it's like a 9 out of 10 because I feel like again there's some scenes they could have focused more on some stuff. That's really my only complaint. It's a 9 out of 10. Ryan Coogler, I hope you make even more original movies and maybe a sequel, but I don't know. I don't really know. I think it's good as a standalone movie. But if you want more like reviews like this, let me know. This is just something I'm trying out, but yeah, that's it.